Welcome to 30 smart contracts in 30 days. In this video, we are going to write a voting smart contract. And in voting smart contract, we will have a voter who has a right to vote to a proposal, and the chairman who starts the election and who can also stop the voting. And I can also set the number of proposals and give the voting rights to the different voters. So let's get started. So we have a flag where we can see whether the voting is in progress or not. In the start, we are going to set this as false, but when the voting starts, this is turned to true, and when the voting ends, this is turned to false again. And we have a mapping of voters. It is a mapping of each voter mapped to their address and a array of proposals that the chairman is going to set. So let's start. So first let's set the chairman. So whoever deploys the contract is the chairman of the election. So chairman is message dot sender. So and he can also set proposals. So an array of proposals will be set when the contract is deployed. The proposals will be strings. So we want to push all the proposal names into the proposals. So for that we can take a for loop, and the for loop starts with I is equal to 0 to and here we want to insert the proposal names one by one into the proposals. So here the proposal is a name and vote count. So by default we are setting vote count to 0, and this will be the name, the proposal name. And this object needs to be converted to a proposal type. So let's convert it to proposal. Now we need to write functions to start an election. So a function to stop an election, and a function to vote, a function to give the vote. So in start of election, we just need to set vote in progress to true. That means the election is in progress. And this is a public function. but only the chairman can invoke this function. So um, we have written a modifier. So now only the chairperson can call this function. So only the chairperson will be able to set the voting in progress to true. And now let's write a function to stop the election. So stop the election is also can only be called by chairperson, in which we are going to set the voting in progress to false and set the winning proposal by counting the proposals list. So winning proposal will be the proposal which has the highest vote count. So we have to take all the proposals array and find out. So let's take proposals array, and here so let's take a variable voting count. So in the first we take each proposal's votes and set it to voting count. If the next one is greater than the voting count, then we set the new value. Like that, we complete the entire array and find out which one is the largest one. So let's start with the first one. If voting count is greater than, if voting is greater than the proposal, the proposal's vote count. If proposal is bigger, then we have to set the proposal to the vote count, and we will be setting the voting so now this will increase, the present vote count will be set to this, and we go on to the next one, and we are also going to set the proposal's name here. Now we are going to write the vote function, and vote function before is just giving vote to the proposals. So vote function is a public function. Anybody can call this function. In order to vote, they should have vote and they should be in the voters list. For that, first we have to check if the voter is eligible to vote and voter has already voted or not. So let's get the voter. So voter should not already vote, so we have to check whether the voter is eligible and voter is did the voter already voted or not. So if voted is true, if the voter is true, that means the voter is already voted, so he'll not be able to vote. And if the voter is eligible, so if the voter is not eligible, he should not be able to vote. Now in order to now after the checks, we should let the voter vote to the proposal. So in order to vote, the voter should send which proposal he wants to vote. So and let's say the voter is voting the first proposal. This will be a 1, and in the proposals list he should be able to increase the vote count of the first proposal. So this needs to be incremented. And we set the vote of the voter Now the chairperson will be able to give the right of vote to the multiple wallets. So we can do that by function. This can only be called by chairperson. And should send the address of the person who to whom the chairperson is giving the vote right. So this will be address. So we have to check whether the voter is already present. So for that, we would be checking. So here the chairperson will be able to set the voter to add the voters to the voter array. So in the voters array, we are going to add the voter so let's compile.